logging here. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay. Today we will look into PCL commands, transaction control language. They are commit, rollback, save point. These three things. So commit means whatever the changes you are making to the database with the help of a DML operation like insert, update, delete, they get permanent after the commit only. For that, let me explain what happens in the database. I am opening a document. Okay.
Today I watched an Indian movie.
What movie?
It's Lage Raho Munabai.
What is it?
Today I said I watched an Indian movie.
Movie title?
Indian movie from Bollywood.
Bollywood. That's what Indian title. I am asking you title.
Lage Raho Munabai.
Okay. Lage Raho Munabai.
Yes, a
That's
real
really
nice.
good movie. Good message.
A really nice movie. I liked it a lot.
Yes. It's a blockbuster movie here.
I see.
A good message given by that movie. Gandhiism. Non-violence.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Can you see picture here?
Yes.
Yes, here you can see this blue color. Let me take a pen. Yes, this blue color. This is the database, and here this is the editor where you are going to write the commands here. The browser, Oracle 11G Express Edition browser. Okay. Able to follow?
Yes.
Yes. In the database, assume there is a table, employee table. This one.
Right.
With record. That is with employee rows and columns. So here, whenever you write a statement on this editor, so what happens is, suppose you are writing a DML statement or a select statement, any kind of thing. Generally what happens is, let me explain you the select statement. So what happens is, select star from employee, assume you have written here. So the execution From this employee table, the data is fetched and it is stored in buffer memory area here this buffer. And this selected data that is stored in buffer is displayed onto the browser. This is what generally happens. Now, when you are writing a DML operation, DML query on browser, maybe an insert, maybe an update or delete. So what happens is, let me talk about an insert. So insert operation on employee table assume. So what happens is, this insert command on employee table gets executed here in the buffer.
Alright.
It means one employee row is inserted, assume. Insert into employee with some values you have written and executed that. That is, you have clicked on run button. So that insertion happens here. That insertion immediately does not happen here. It just happens only in the buffer. This is the buffer. So whatever the insert or update or delete you are firing on employee table, all those executed here. They are not affecting the database table immediately. They will affect the database table when you fire a commit statement after the DML operation. I mean, if you have fired an insert operation first, assume that insertion goes in the buffer on employee table, but it happens in the buffer. That is, a picture of this employee table that is taken, and here the insertion would happen here. Now, the insertion which has happened here should actually affect the database. Only then the new record that is inserted would get seen in the employee database, or else that employee record which is inserted will not be seen in the database.
Okay.
So here this buffer will be available for that particular session. That is, session in the sense when the user logged in and until he gets logged out. So that period is known as a session. So here that insertion would go in the buffer and it would remain only in the buffer. Once the user logs out, here the insertion has went and the insertion is not reflected into the database table. So once the user logged out, the insertion is also vanished because it was on the buffer and user logged out. So the buffer that is associated with that particular session to that user will get vanished. Then the insertion on the database table will not have gone permanent. So whatever the insertion or updation or deletion that a user is making by writing the DML queries on the database will be done on the buffer, and they have to be look here, I have made a narrow mark here. They have to be affecting the database when you issue a commit statement after that. It means whatever the changes you are making to the database, that is an insert or update or a delete, would be committed to the database table only after you fire commit statement. How to fire that commit statement? Just to write commit and execute that. That's it. I'll show you by example all these things. So here you can see in our examples, in the previous examples, till now whatever we have executed, in those I never fired commit statement, but still the database tables, I mean yesterday I might have created one employee table, today if I make a self-star operation, yesterday's data it was showing, but I never fired commit statement. How it was showing? I will show you by example. Here you can see. Right. Look here, there is an auto commit option available on the browser. Can you see?
Yes.
This auto commit option is already checked.
Yes.
So by default, the auto commit option in Oracle browser would be checked. It means whatever the DML operations you are performing, they gets affected the database immediately because there is an auto commit option, automatically committing to the database. Now I am going to uncheck this and I am going to execute some samples.
Okay.
Look here, I am going to uncheck this. And here let me see whether there is an employee table. So there is an employee table here, and let me check for employee, employee, employee. So this employee table does not exist. So let me take the employee table which we have created in our previous executions.
Okay.
Yes, look there. I am taking one table, create command, and I am executing this. Employee one table
Okay.
is created. Then I am going to insert some data here. Yes. Observe carefully. The auto commit option is unchecked. It means auto commit is off.
Okay.
Now I am going to insert. Table or view does not exist. Okay, sorry. It is employee one.
It's employee one. Yeah.
Yes, one row inserted, and let me show you the data. Yes. So you can see that row in the table.
Yes.
Employee one table. Let me save this. Yes. Now I am logging out from the session. You can see user 1 is the account here.
Okay.
I am logging out. And I am logging again. SQL workshop, SQL commands. Let me take the saved SQL, that is transaction commands. Yes. Now I am firing self statement on that.
Yes.
Can you observe? No
Yeah,
code
yeah.
was found.
Yeah. That's actually what we're talking about.
I did not fire a commit statement.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I did not fire a commit statement, so it was not affecting the database table, original table.
Right.
And the auto commit option was off.
Yes.
So commit statement has to be fired explicitly to make the changes permanently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In previous executions, that is till date, the auto commit option was on. So the changes whatever you made were reflecting the database immediately.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, Commit, okay, rollback. Rollback means whatever the changes you are making to database original table, they can be
Undone.
undone
Yeah.
with the help of rollback. So let us write one. So here, yes, look here, one insert command, and immediately I am firing a rollback, rollback, and here you can see now I am executing this, and observe carefully, the auto commit option is
Unchecked. Okay, check.
let me do auto commit on. Okay, yes, yes, I have done this auto commit on. Now I am going to insert. So what happens? It affects the database table immediately, right?
Right, right.
Let me do that. Yes, inserted, and let me show you. Yes, and I am doing a rollback now. Rollback statement not applicable. So all statements are automatically committed. Look there is an error message when I made a rollback.
Yeah.
What it is saying, as auto commit option is on, and when you are trying to roll back, it says that all these statements are automatically committed because there is an auto commit option turned on by checking on the browser. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Now let me uncheck this, and I am copying this and I say 101 and I give some name, your name. Look there, I am going to insert. Yes,
Okay.
let me show you. Yes, you can see 101 record is inserted.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I am going to roll back. Select roll back.
Yeah.
Can you observe statement processed?
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
It means whatever the insert operation, that is 101, will be undone.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Look there,
Yeah, yeah.
101 is not seen in the database table,
Yes, yes. That's
right?
right, right.
Because I made a rollback.
Yes, yes.
And this rollback currently will affect all the record, I mean to say all the operations that are just above it. Roll back. It means I am not saying any particular point. I just say roll back. Roll back to where? Whatever the statements that are present above. You can introduce a save point here. You can mark in a particular transaction. So here transaction means a unit of work that can be represented with the help of a single SQL statement or sometimes group of SQL statements. So this insertion is one transaction, updation another transaction, deletion another transaction. So here you can perform n number of DML operations. In those, if you want, you can make some operations permanently execute, and you can make some other things that can be undone with the help of a save point. So here you can see, for now, let me show you the data in employee one table. Yes, one record is permanently available. Okay.
Okay.
Now I am going to perform a transaction. and do observe the auto commit option is off. I have unchecked it, right?
Right.
If you want, you can use a what is it, command also. Set auto commit off or on.
Oh, all right.
Either you can check this checkbox on the browser, or you can make use of this set auto commit off or on command.
Okay.
If you use off, auto commit would be turned off. If you use on, auto commit would be turned on. So this is the command actually, which can be done with the help of what is that, Oracle command.
All right.
I just commented it so that you can refer it at some other point.
Okay.
All right. Look there, auto commit is off. Okay. Now auto commit is off. One insertion I have done, and I have done another insertion. Look there, second insertion.
Okay.
Then I want these two insertions to go permanently.
Okay.
So I issued a commit statement. Then I created a save point. How to create a save point? Save point space save point name. I just give S1 as a save point. It means I have marked in the whole transactions which is beginning right from here, and where somewhere it ends here. So this is the entire transaction where it is having n number of SQL statements assumed. For now there are two SQL statements and a commit, save point S1, and here I am inserting another yes 103, and I am inserting Munna, and here I am performing one update employee 1 set gender equals to female, where employee number equals to 101. Look there, it is male actually, right? 101 record.
Right.
Now I am trying to do it as a female here. I am going to set it as female. Okay.
Okay.
Now rollback operation I am performing, rollback to where S1, and here you can see the transaction is beginning here and somewhere it is closing here. Yes. And in this transaction, these two statements, insert operations, should go permanently. So I gave a commit after that.
Yes.
Then I created a save point. Then I made another insertion, and I made an update, and later on I found that whatever the insert I have made, this 103 record and the gender setting were actually by mistake they have done. So I want to undo those two changes. Then I can make the rollback S1. It means the first two insert operations 101, 102 should be done permanently, and the next insertion and update which I performed have to be undone. So this is my intention. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So here you can see I am doing one by one. Yes, run. Okay.
Okay.
Another run.
Okay.
102. Yes. And then commit. Statement process. Then save point. Invalid character. Invalid character. Why? Save point. Quite correct it is. SAVPOINT save point S1.
Maybe put
Point
space.
S1.
Maybe save space point. Or
No, space is necessary to give a name. Space save point space followed by the name. Valid character. Just on it. Let me. Okay. Let me do this on run mode because browser is not supporting that. We have the black color screen. SQL command mode, we say.
yes.
Right?
Right.
I make use of that. Because there is nothing wrong in the syntaxes or statements which we have written. The thing is browser is not supporting that. I need SQL command mode. So let me, yes, this is Windows 8 environment. You can see here SQL run. I am connecting. nodes I have connected. Now let me take those whatever I have on the browser. So insert into, I am making another insertion here. Let's see, I have to look there. I have done 104, 105 and here 106. I just changed them because I am doing that all the things at SQL command mode.
Oh.
If I reinsert again 103, 104, it creates a confusion to you. So I just changed them.
Okay.
So for now, what are the 3 records that are already available in our command mode? Let me show you. Select star from 3 records. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I am copying this and I am copying and I am pasting here.
Pasting. Okay.
Yes. Look there. Everything went, something went wrong here. Invalid month. Invalid, not a valid month. Okay.
Why not?
So one insertion might have failed. Which insertion has failed is, this insertion has failed. Which this one. It says not a valid month. Okay. If even this insertion has failed, after the save point, observe here, there is a save point here, right?
Yes.
Here. Save point is created. Ignore this insert operation due to syntax error. This one.
And why is valid not valid month?
We will sort out why it is invalid. For now, you ignore this insert statement. Just focus on the update statement.
Okay.
Okay, update has failed and one row is updated, and you can see I have rolled back to S1. It means if we are ignoring that insert operation, update should be undone, right?
Right.
And you can see I am going to find a select operation. So it means whatever the update operation that is setting the gender as female for employee number 101 should be undone.
Okay.
101, the gender was male, and whatever you are trying to set and which you have rolled back. So female was set actually, but as you are doing a rollback to save point S1, it has undone. Okay. Can you see F is not affecting the database?
Yes.
And here you can see a save point is generally used to mark some point in a transaction so that the changes whatever you are doing can be undone to that particular save point. And above that save point, whatever the changes you are making, if you want, you can make permanent those changes by using a commit statement above the save point. That is what we have observed. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes. Now let me trace out why this insert has failed. So insert into employee 1 values. So invalid, not a valid month it says. Okay. Let me insert here. I am executing the same on the browser. Here it is getting inserted without any changes. At command mode it is expecting something then. It's correct actually. You can see I have inserted this 106.
Yes.
from browser. One row is inserted, and let me show you that it is yes, it is inserted.
Yes, yes.
I'm copying this and I am trying to put on the browser, sorry, this command mode. Employee number, employee name, age, then date of birth, then gender, salary. I am giving a slash. Okay. Not a valid month. I am making a trail over there. Again, it is not a valid month. Not a valid month. It is expecting some other format over there. The date format DDMMYY is there, right?
Right.
The command mode is expecting some other format over there. That is why it is throwing error. At least this should work. What format it is expecting? I am just copying this error and I am trying to trace out. My net connection is very slow. Okay, the actual problem here is the SQL command mode has some separate features compared to the browser. That is why some commands will not work on the browser.
Oh, okay.
Those commands will be working on the SQL command mode. So here likewise, the SQL command mode is expecting a separate date pattern over there. So it is throwing an error over there. This is the actual reason. I will find out because my internet is responding very slowly.
Yeah.
I will find out the reason and I will let you know in the next session why
Oh.
at the command mode this particular insert has failed.
Oh, right. Okay.
For now, I am just moving to some other topic. Okay.
All right.
And is that what is the transaction control language commands clear to you?
Yes.
Good. The same thing is represented in the document. We just refer to the document as the material. This Word document.
Okay.
I've explained those transaction control language commands in the Word document. Just go through them. Okay.
Okay, right.
I'll email you this document for your reference.
Thank you.
All right. Yes. Today we are looking into the database objects. Yesterday we have seen database object view,
Yeah.
and we are already familiar with the tables. Tables, views are database objects. Likewise, sequences, synonyms, and indexes, all these are other database objects. Today we will be looking into those database objects.
All right.
Sequence. A sequence, for example, the employee numbers. We have been working with the employee numbers like 100, 101, 102 and so on, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Those employee numbers can be generated by Oracle engine automatically. So we can create a sequence, and that sequence would be generated by Oracle automatically whenever you perform an insert operation. So sequence is generally used to generate numbers in a sequence like 100, 100, 101, 102, 103 and so on, like this. And you can use these sequences to insert unique values in primary key and unique key columns of tables. Generally these sequences are used to generate the primary key values or unique key values in the database tables.
All right.
To create a sequence, we will be making use of create a sequence statement. Like create table, create view, create sequence.
Okay.
And here you can see create a sequence followed by the sequence name and start with 1, then incremented by 1, minimum value 1, maximum value some 100, cycle, no cycle, cache, no cache. So I will explain you all these things. Before that, let me show you one example using sequence so that you can understand all those things. Yes. Let me sequences. Look there, create a sequence followed by name, sequence 2.
Okay.
Start with 110. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. And here, what is the syntax? Yes, create sequence. Start with whatever the number you want, you can give. I gave 110. Now I am creating this sequence. I am executing this. You can see sequence is created, right?
Right.
Now I am making use of the sequence to my employee table, employee 1 table. I am just copying this insert operation, pasting, and here look there 10, I mean to say employee number should be given, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Insert into employee 1 values. Instead of that employee number which is given manually, we gave that employee number. Instead, I am telling the database to generate the employee number, that is sequence 2 dot next val. So there are two fields with this sequence, that is next value and current value. Yes, let me show you that. Yes. Look here, next value will give the next number and current value will give the current number that is holding by the sequence.
Alright.
So here I want the next value to be inserted into my employee one table along with this insertion. Alright?
Alright.
My insertion, my sequence is now beginning with 110.
Yeah. Okay.
And I made use of that next value. And I am executing this query. Look there. One row is inserted.
Okay.
And what row is inserted for the employee number?
111.
Right. 111. Yes, 111.
Yeah.
Let me. Look there.
Yeah. Alright.
The sequence whatever is beginning with that would be referred first. So we got 110. Okay.
Okay.
Now suppose if I fire it again, I am going to fire. I mean to say another insertion I am making.
Okay.
Now observe carefully. Now what employee number would be inserted?
111.
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
So now you just created sequence and you declared with the sequence that it should begin with so and so. Now you are making use of that sequence in your insert statement. And database engine, that is Oracle engine, is generating those sequence numbers. Alright?
Alright.
So that is what sequence is.
Yeah.
We generally use that sequence in generating the values for primary key columns or unique key columns. Okay? Now let us back to that Word document. I will explain you what the cycle and current value. Look here, current value. To show that current value, let me make use of another execution using dual table. Select sequence 2 dot current value from dual. I am making use of the dual table and show you the current value that is given by the sequence. You can see.
Yeah.
Current value that is
111.
right.
Right.
Suppose
Okay.
if I give next value here, look there, what would be the next value? 112, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yes, 112.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
Yes. And what is cache, all those things. So with a sequence, you can start with so and so number. And you can tell database engine to increment by 1 or increment by 5. It's of your choice. For now, the sequence which we have created automatically has incremented by 1. It means by default, if you don't mention increment by with a create sequence command, it automatically increments by 1 by default.
Alright.
If you want, you can explicitly mention increment by 2 or 5 or whatever you want, you can make use of that. Okay? Then minimum value you are mentioning 1. And the maximum value that sequence would be generating, you can mention 100, 1000, 10,000, it's of your choice. If you don't want to mention a max value, you can mention no max value. It means it continuously generates the numbers without any maximum value. Keep on generating, okay? Able to follow?
Yes, yes, I'm following. Yeah.
Good, good. Now cycle. So cycle means, look, you have mentioned the minimum value and max value. Minimum value as 1 and max value as 100, assume.
Okay.
Then what the cycle is? Once the database engine generates 1 to 100, then again if you perform any insert on the table, the cycle would be repeated. Again one gets inserted.
Uh,
1, 2, 3 and so on like this.
Excuse me, can you repeat again for cycle?
The thing is, with the cycle option, what you are doing is, if you mention a minimum value 1 and maximum value 100, assume, it means you can insert 1 to 100 records.
Yeah.
Suppose you are inserting next record 101. I mean to say next record, assume, not 101, next record. 100 records are inserted successfully, and if you mention cycle option with the sequence, then instead of 101, 1 is again reinserted, because a cycle has finished and again the cycle would be continued with next insertion.
All right.
If you mention no cycle, then when it reaches maximum value, further you cannot, I mean to say further it cannot generate values, so it will throw an error.
Okay, okay. Now I understand.
Then cache. So cache, and you can see here, you can mention any number over there, or you can mention no cache. This cache is nothing but the buffer memory. Like in our sample, there is a buffer here, right?
Yes.
In the image.
Yeah.
Now assume here you are doing an insert operation, and you are making use of the sequence, right?
Right, right.
So here insert into so and so table, sequence you are using, sequence dot next value.
Okay.
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 So that next value, so here the thing is, this is the entire database,
Okay.
and here somewhere here a sequence has been created. I mean to say, let me show you here. So here, this is the database, there is an employee table, and here separately a sequence might have created, okay?
Okay.
That sequence you are making use in the browser here, on the editor, right?
Right, right.
Now that is, it gets created, I mean to say that will be performed here on the buffer,
Yes.
right?
Right, right.
It means here the sequence that has a separate memory space is taken here and gets inserted, right?
Right. Yes.
So here the what is that? Data is taken from a database object, taken here, and then insertion. So it takes time over there. Instead, what happens is, if you mention a cache with a sequence, assume you have created a sequence with 100 as the minimum, that is starting value, and if you mention cache some 10 or some 100 or 20, whatever it is, it means the next sequence 10 numbers, like starting with 100 you mentioned. So next sequence 10 number, that is 101, sorry, 100, 101, 102, 103, like this 10 numbers.
Yeah.
10 sequence numbers would be stored in buffer.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right.
And the next insertion, whatever you are doing, then Oracle engine will refer to the buffer instead of the database sequence, original sequence present in the database.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So here the performance would be high when you mention caching. So suppose 10 you have mentioned caching, it means 10 numbers would be stored in the buffer.
Yeah, yeah.
And once those 10 insertions are successful, then the 11th insertion you are making, then next 10 values are taken from the database into the buffer and are stored.
Okay. All right.
And 11th insertion you can do, and you take from the buffer. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, like this 20th insertion. Once it is full, again next 10 values would be stored in the buffer. Okay?
Okay. All right.
So like if you do like this, I mean if you perform using caches, then the performance would be high.
Yeah,
All right.
All right.
That's about cache. So here you can, if you mention no cache, it means the database engine will be taking those values from the database itself. It will not look into the cache memory.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. If you want, you can alter the sequence using alter command. Look here, alter sequence, and you can change the maximum value. Suppose you have mentioned 100, you can change it to 200. Okay.
Right.
And here, except the starting value, you can alter any other parameters of the sequence. With alter command, you cannot change the starting value. Whereas you can change the max value, cycle, no cycle, increment with any kind of thing. Those are the various parameters along with sequence, right?
Right, right. Yeah.
Right. If you want to start with, if you want to change the start with a parameter also, assume, then you have to drop the sequence and you have to create a new sequence.
New one, yeah. Okay.
All right. That if you want, you can drop the sequence using drop sequence followed by sequence name. You can remove the sequence from the database. Okay.
Okay.
And I am not executing these drop alter commands because they are simple and you can execute at your end.
Okay, all right.
Right. And all those sequences you are creating would be stored in the system table, that is user underscore sequences.
Okay.
So database views would be stored in user underscore views. Constraints, user underscore constraints. And sequences, user underscore sequences.
Oh.
These are system tables.
Okay.
You can expect these system tables in your interview. So where do these sequences, whatever you are creating, would get stored in the database? That is user underscore sequences table. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Then the next topic is synonyms. We have seen alias names, right?
Yes.
For a column or a table
Yes,
name.
that's right.
So those alias names are temporarily available only for that particular statement. That's it. Once the statement gets executed, then you cannot refer to that alias name in the next statement.
Okay.
Whereas synonyms, they are permanent names to tables. Yes, look here. A synonym is an alias name for a table, or it can be a name for a view or snapshot. This is also a database object. Snapshot, a copy of the table kind of thing. You can give a name to the sequence or some database blocks, procedures, functions, or packages which we see in PLSQL environment. So a synonym is nothing but an alias name. Okay.
Okay.
And there are two types of synonyms: public synonym and private synonym. Okay.
Okay.
And here, if you create a synonym as public, then it can be accessed by any other user with qualifying the synonym name. That is, let me explain you by a sample. Yes, again I am going back to that image. Yes, look here. I am user 1. Okay.
Okay.
I have created one employee table, that is EMP table in the database. Okay.
Okay.
And this employee table belongs to me. I am the owner of this employee table.
All right.
So here I can write statement like select star from employee, right?
Right.
Likewise, I can write the statement select star from employee by using my owner name. Look here. Select. I already have that select with employee 1. And here, what is the user logged in? You can see user 1.
Yes.
Can you see here?
Yes, yes.
Yes. User 1. And I am executing this. Yes. Look here.
Yeah.
So database objects can be qualified with their username, right?
Right.
So here, when I fire this statement, we can easily find out that the owner of this employee 1 table is user 1.
Yes. Okay.
It is easy, right? Because we generally refer to the database objects by using owner name dot database object name.
All right.
So if you see that a select star from user 1 dot employee 1, it is easy to find out that this employee 1 belongs to user 1. Right?
Right.
Yes. So it means it is insecure. So who is the owner? We can easily trace out.
Yes. So,
Right. Let me back to this. So here there are 2 types of synonyms. You can create a synonym that is a public synonym which can be accessed by any other user with any other user by qualifying the synonym name, and the user does not have to mention the owner name while accessing the synonym. Yes, the thing is, yes, you can see, yes. Look here, how to create a synonym here. Create synonym. You can mention public or private. There are 2 types of synonyms, public or private. Okay.
Okay.
It is mentioned in rectangular base because I have mentioned it as an optional.
Yes.
If you want, you can use public or you can use private. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
And here you can see here create synonym for whom, for the database dot table name.
So it's always database dot the name of
Yes.
my table.
Table name is the employee table.
Yeah.
And here database you can assume as the owner name.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
It means user 1 dot employee.
Yeah. Okay.
For this, you can see here, Scott is the username, EMP is the table name, and we are creating, I mean to say this sample says that EMPLOYEE is the synonym.
Okay.
The actual table name is EMP. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright?
Alright, yes.
So, once this command is executed, it means one synonym would be created.
Okay.
And for the next execution, if you want, you can use select star from employee, EMPLOYEE instead of EMP.
Okay, alright.
And it gives the result because that synonym is EMP tables.
Okay, alright.
Clear?
Clear, 100%.
Right, good. Now here, so what this public synonym and private synonym are? With the public synonym, so the user doesn't have to mention the owner name while accessing the synonym. That is, now these synonyms, sequences, indexes, views are generally created by and maintained by a database administrator, DBA.
Okay.
We are application programmers. So we don't need to worry about the creating of these synonyms, all those things. But we should have knowledge on those things.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Alright. So here, I'm going back to the browser. You can see here, user1.employee1. Alright. Now I am the user 1. Assume you are user 2.
Okay.
and my employee 1 table can be shared among the users of the database.
All right.
And this sharing can be done by the DVS.
Okay.
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 Now, suppose if you want to use my table, you can write a select operation by logging in with your account user 2.
All right.
Now you can access my table by using my name, that is select star from user1 dot employee 1.
Right. Right.
It's my table, so you have to qualify with my owner name, that is my name.
Okay. Yeah.
Else, then how does the database would identify that what table you are going to refer to?
Yeah. You need to type data.
Right, right. You need to qualify with my name.
Yes.
So here, suppose the database administrator has created a public synonym to my user 1's employee 1 table, assume.
Okay.
How? By using the create synonym command, right?
Right. Right.
Then you, if you want to use my table, user 1's table, you no need to qualify with my username. I mean with my owner name. As it is public synonym which is available to all the database users.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Maybe user 2, user 3, user 4, so on.
All right.
So you can directly use that star from so and so synonym.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Alright.
Yes.
So if you are using search star from the synonym, over there, synonym is a different name compared to the table name. Right?
Yes. Yes.
So you cannot identify what the actual table is there.
Right.
You are just making use of synonym.
Yes. Right. Right. Okay. I got the point.
So secure. Right?
Right.
It's
Right.
secure, right?
Yes.
So back. So that is the advantage of public synonym. Then private synonym. So the other user should have proper privileges. The thing is, I told you that I am user 1 and you are user 2, and you are trying to use my tables. If you are trying to use my tables, so you should have proper permissions to use those tables. Those permissions are given by the database administrator by using the grant and revoke commands under data control language.
Uh-huh. Okay.
DCL. DCL commands have that grant revoke, right?
Yes. Yes. We have
So
mentioned.
granting permissions to you by the database administrator on that particular table.
Okay.
If you have that permission, only then you can use that synonym.
All right.
If you don't have permission, you cannot use.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
In contrast with the public synonym, private synonyms will demand to qualify with owner name.
Okay.
That's it. Simple.
Yeah.
So create synonym. You can make use of. You can refer to these two statements, and you can create the synonyms.
Okay.
And you can, a synonym can be referenced in DML statement the same way you are using the database tables. Not only for select operation, you can use it in DML operations also.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. If you want, you can drop the synonym using drop synonym.
All right.
Drop synonym followed by synonym name.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
And all those synonyms are stored in user underscore synonyms table.
All right.
So I have not executed any of the synonyms. I am just giving you as an assignment. You can perform an example.
All right. I will.
Good, good. And the last topic for today is indexes.
Okay.
Let me finish this indexes and wind up the session.
Okay.
Alright. So we have been using the select statement to pull out the data from the database tables. Select star from employee, or select so and so particular columns from so and so table with where class, right?
Right.
Yes. Assume my database table has some millions of rows.
Okay.
It is not limited to 10 or 20 rows. Now I am talking about some millions of rows, thousands of millions of rows.
All right.
Now I say my employee table. The employee table has millions of records. Records are millions of rows, means the same. Select so and so listed columns from my employee table where the employee name is Mariana Assume. Then the Oracle engine should look into the employee table right from the beginning to
Okay.
employee name which matches with Mariana.
All right.
And here, as there are millions of records, it keeps on searching record by record by record by record until it reaches employee name Mariana.
All right.
As there are billions of records, it may take time, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So that time would be actually large, as there are millions of records. Now, if the database engine, Oracle engine is taking much time in fetching out one particular data record, then again it creates, I mean to say, the user will not be interested to use that database then. Instead, the databases are supporting indexes on tables, so that the select star from employee table where employee name equals to Mariana. If there is an index on employee name, you can create indexes on tables. In tables, on particular columns you can create. Suppose you have created an index on employee one table, sorry, that is not employee table, employee name particularly. Then when some user writes a statement to select star from so and so table where employee name is Mariana, then the data would be fetched immediately.
All
At
right.
the high rate, the data would be fetched because there is an index which would speed up the performance.
All right.
Even though there are millions of records. Okay. So indexes are the database objects which are associated with tables, particularly on a column in the database table, and they get activated when an user uses that particular column in his table, like employee name. There is an index that was created on employee name, and that gets activated when a select operation is filed by using that employee name. And once this index gets activated, it would fetch the data in no time. That is why even though there are millions of records, the data fetched would be happening very speedily. This is the actual purpose of indexes. All right. Is that okay?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Now we will be looking into that limitations and how to use these indexes, and we will be looking at the syntax, how to create this index, and the types of indexes. Yes. Look here. Indexes are used to speed up the queries. Indexes speed up searching of information in the tables. Generally, they are used with select operations. So create indexes on those columns which are oftenly used in where conditions. Look there. This is one of the limitations. Okay. In a table, there are assume 20 columns.
Okay.
And you will be creating indexes on selected columns which are generally used with where class.
Okay.
Maybe you are using 2-3 columns in your where classes in your select statements. So you will be creating indexes on only those selected 2-3 tables. 2-3 columns. Okay.
Okay.
Now let me tell you some other things also along with indexes. Like indexes would speed up the performance. It is clear. And indexes can be created on columns on a table. It is also clear. And assume one table is having 20 columns. As I told you, indexes would speed up the performance. Then to get more and more speed, creating indexes on all the 20 columns is not recommended, because if you create indexes on all the 20 columns, again the performance would be degraded. So you have to create indexes wisely.
Okay.
Wisely in the sense, in those 20 columns in a particular table, in all these statements, you may not be referring to all the 20 columns. You may be referring to 2 columns or 5 columns, assume there are 7 columns, or very frequently you may be using some selected columns of from that 20 columns, like 2-3 columns in your select statements. Then you have to create index on those very frequently used columns, maybe employee name or maybe employee number, like this.
Okay.
That is how we wisely create indexes on tables. We should not create indexes blindly on all the 20 columns, because they will degrade the performance.
All right.
Okay. And here another thing is, you have to choose creating indexes on those tables and on those particular columns where the columns are very frequently used, and those tables and columns are very frequently used in select operations. Okay.
Okay.
Suppose there is a table and you are very frequently using select operations on the table. I am talking about n number of select operations.
All right. Okay.
Then you can create indexes on those tables. Assume there is a table where you are going to use a minimum number of select operations on that and a maximum number of, very large number of update, delete, insert, that is DML operations.
Okay. Yes.
Then creating indexes on that table will degrade the performance, because when indexes are activated or available on the table, generally the DML operations would perform slow then.
Okay.
Indexes would speed up on select statements only, not on the DML.
All right.
So you will be creating indexes wisely on those tables which you perform select operations very frequently, not the DML operations very frequently. Okay.
All right. All right.
That's complete thing about indexes, and we will be looking into now. Yes. Indexes are helpful if the operations return only small portion of data, that is less than 15% of data is retrieved from the tables. Look there, another limitation. I don't say it is as a limitation. It is the thing, you have to use the indexes wisely, right?
Yeah. Right.
So one of the points to use the indexes widely, that is, assume there are 1 million records, and in that 1 million records you are going to write a select statement and extract some data.
Okay.
And you are going to pull the data only when 15% of data only you are going to pull out.
Okay.
How you are going to pull out 15%? Maybe you are putting where class over there, where it fetches only 50% or 10% of the data. Assume 100 rows, and your select operation is pulling 80 rows from that. Then Writing creating an index on that table will not give good performance. When it will give good performance is when your select operation is pulling only 15 rows in the table.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. And here there are guidelines for creating indexes.
Yeah.
Do
But
not create
can
indexes
we
on.
can we continue
Yes.
that next session, because I'm already tired.
Oh, all right then. We shall continue indexes topic maybe tomorrow. If I mean, I'll
Okay, well, let me know.
give you information whether we have a class or no class or not tomorrow then.
And how many lessons left do we have for the SQL?
Uh, with these indexes and clusters, another 15 minutes or 20 minutes for this topic, and then in the next session we will be looking into joins, then followed by subqueries, then set operators. Possibly in the next 2-3 sessions we will be finishing SQL.
SQL. All right. That's fine.
All right.
Yes. I'm sorry because I'm now tired, and we will continue this then next time.
No issues.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. I'll be mailing you this document for your reference.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay,
Then
okay.
I will
Bye.
stop recording now.